I'm getting married in a few months. Planning has been mostly smooth, except for one really emotional decision I made. I told my dad he won't be walking me down the aisle. And now it feels like half the family thinks I've declared war. Some context: my parents were married for over 25 years. When I was 22, my dad cheated on my mom with a woman from his office, someone only a few years older than me. He didn't confess. My mom found out after seeing some sketchy messages on the iPad they shared. Everything blew up. Divorce, a messy fallout. My mom was devastated. She'd been a stay-at-home mom most of their marriage and had to start over in her 50s. I was crushed. My dad had always been my hero growing up, the classic hard-working, dependable, dad joke kind of guy. But after what he did, I saw a whole new side of him. He tried to justify it by saying the marriage had been emotionally over for years and that he just wanted to be happy. That hurt more than the cheating. He seemed so detached from the pain he caused. Even after the divorce, he moved on quickly, started a new life with his girlfriend, and acted like everything was normal. Meanwhile, I watched my mom spiral for years, trying to rebuild. I was there for her. She leaned on me a lot. And now, years later, she's stronger, happy, even, but that time left a permanent mark. So when I started planning my wedding, I knew immediately I didn't want my dad walking me down the aisle. It felt wrong. That role, in my mind, should be held by someone who protected our family, not someone who blew it up. I love my dad, but I haven't fully forgiven him. I'm polite when we see each other, and I included him in the wedding as a guest, but I asked my older brother to walk me instead. He was my rock through all of it. When I told my dad, he was shocked. He said he was hurt, that it was always his dream to give me away, that I was punishing him for something in the past. He said he's still my father and nothing changes that. Now my stepmom, the woman he cheated with, is furious. She told me I'm being cruel and disrespectful and trying to rewrite history. A few cousins have said I should let it go, that it was years ago and he's still my dad. Even my grandma said she was disappointed in me. But my mom? She cried when I told her about my decision. Not because she was happy he's excluded, but because she felt seen. She told me she didn't expect anything, but knowing I remembered what she went through meant everything. So here I am, wondering if I'm holding a grudge or if I'm just setting a boundary. I don't want to make my wedding about old wounds. But I also can't pretend those wounds don't exist. Comment 1. Your stepmother has the nerves to call you cruel. Ignore that woman and do what brings you peace. Your father is a hole. Totally NTA. Comment 2. Just ask him why would you have someone who doesn't respect the sanctity of marriage to give you away. And that he should be happy you're even inviting him and his wife to your wedding. Since they both don't respect or honor wedding and think of it as a joke. Story 2, not stopping my teenage son's GF from kissing him. My 50 son, 17, recently got into a car accident with a drunk driver. I am very thankful that he is alive, obviously, but his car is totaled. The drunk driver was driving a pickup, and my son drives a small old convertible, most likely the reason for the amount of damage, and he is fairly injured, multiple breaks, lots of stitches, etc., and is currently recovering. This all occurred last week on Saturday, the night of the accident. My family, my wife, 45, and daughter, 14, got there, I want to say, an hour before his girlfriend. When she came in, she ran to him in his hospital bed and started hugging and kissing him, mainly lips but other places on his face too. She stayed for most of the night, checking up on him and being supportive, and I was happy that my son and his GF had such a good relationship. As we were driving home that night, my wife said she was upset I didn't say anything to my son's GF. I asked why I would have, as she was being a good partner. My wife said that it felt weird seeing that, especially in front of his family. I said that he was going off to college regardless, and that she was being a really nice partner, and that night showed us how much she truly cared for him. She rushed off of work to get there and was still wearing her work clothes as she got there. My wife started getting angrier and said that she thought it was gross and that I should just ask her to leave sometime. I told her that I'm not telling my hospitalized son that I'm taking away something that clearly makes him happy. She told me it was gross and that I needed to put a stop to it. I told her she was worrying about the wrong thing and that anything that brought our son comfort was good. My brother had taken my daughter home before this. She didn't hear us arguing. She told me I needed to step up and do my job, and I've kept thinking about it, and I have started to keep thinking about it and thinking that I am in the wrong. Comment 1. NTA, your wife feeling uncomfortable can be valid. I'm sure there's a level of feeling seeing one's kid grow up, but demanding you do anything about it is crossing the line. If she has an issue with public affection, that's her issue, not anyone else's. Comment 2. 100% this. I'm sure any weird feelings your wife has about your kid almost being an adult are extremely amplified by the circumstances. But these are feelings for her to work through in private or with a therapist, not take out on her severely injured son and his caring girlfriend. Absolutely NTA. Story 3, making my girlfriend cry after I ignored her because I wanted to sleep. So my girlfriend and I had spent the whole day together around 12 hours straight, and by the time we were going to bed, I was completely exhausted. I told her good night and said I love you, but she got upset because I didn't say the exact phrase good night baby, I love you, which she prefers. At that point, I was already really tired and just wanted to sleep. I said something like, why do you always do this? Why can't we just sleep? I told her, I'm not dealing with this right now, because this has become a pattern. Sometimes she keeps me awake for 20 minutes to an hour after I've already said goodnight and explained that I'm tired. She said I was being rude, and I responded, frustrated, please shut up. I'm going to ignore you now because I really want to sleep. I said goodnight again and told her I loved her, but she kept saying hello repeatedly. I ignored her at first to try and sleep, but when I realized she might be crying, I asked, are you crying? She said yes, and I calmly asked if we could please sleep and talk tomorrow. She didn't respond, so I said I love you baby again and just went to sleep. I think she fell asleep shortly after too. For context, this isn't the first time this has happened. I've told her multiple times that I really value getting rest, especially after spending the whole day together. I feel like I set a boundary and tried to be respectful, but I did snap and say shut up, which I regret. Comment 1. NTA, not sure how old/mature your GF is. What she expects doesn't seem healthy or mutually respectful/considerate. It seems like she expects you to fulfill her fantasy of what a romantic partner, but couldn't care less what you need/want in real life. Maybe you need to reconsider the qualities that you hope to find in your partner in life. Comment 2. NTA, in case you're not aware, she's emotionally manipulating you. Story 4, saying I don't want to be my friend's fat bridesmaid aesthetic. I, 29F, have a friend, 30F, who's getting married in October. We've been close since college, but lately it feels like I'm just aesthetic filler to her. She picked her bridal party dresses without asking for input and they're tight. Like Skims meets sausage casing tight. I'm a size 16. The other girls are size 2 to 6. I asked if there were other options and she laughed and said, no, I love how it looks with all different body types, like it's giving real women. Excuse me? I asked her straight up if she just wanted me there as some token diversity of size, and she got quiet, then hit me with the you're so confident, though. That's why I wanted you in it. Which is honestly code for you make me look better. I told her I'm not comfortable being someone's walking body positivity prop, and maybe she should get one of her influencer friends instead. She cried, told me I was ruining her vision, and now the group chat is weirdly quiet. My boyfriend thinks I should just suck it up for the day, but I'm so tired of pretending shit doesn't bother me when it clearly does. Am I the a-hole for saying I don't want to be part of her Pinterest fantasy? Comment 1, NTA, it wasn't, but I want you by my side it was, you're ruining my vision. I'm sorry. For you learning this about her. For learning this about your BF. Comment 2. So tired of hearing about the bride's vision. It's one fucking day that no one really remembers. Not even the bride and groom, or they wouldn't need a photographer. Even with the photos and video, who looks at them again except maybe first anniversary?